Hey, this is Daniel Lopez with Empire Business Law, and today's 1 minute legal is going to be about LLC versus corporation, which is best for you, and how do we even make that decision? So we'll go ahead and get started. First things first, both an LLC and a corporation offer benefits for whoever decides to use that for their business. The reason why most people get an LLC or a corporation is for two reasons. The first one is to protect themselves from personal liability. That means they can't get sued personally if something happens to the business. The second thing is tax purposes. Depending on which one you use and at what point in time, and based on what devices you have, right? One might be more beneficial for you tax wise. So how do we make those decisions? The first thing is it depends on how much formality you want in your business. A corporation is a lot more formal, which means you're going to have yearly meetings. It's usually better suited if you have multiple people in the business. If you want shareholders eventually, or if let's say you want to take on investors at some point, it's usually better to have a corporation just because that formality allows you to build rules around things, how about like when people meet, what rights people have. You can have different kind of shares that can give people different responsibilities with those shares and different benefits. If you're someone who's running a business alone, or maybe you and your spouse, or even you and a kid, I don't know. Sometimes we don't want things to be as formal, and that kind of formality just hinders the business because we don't do those formal steps. And at that point, we would want to consider like an LLC. Disclaimer, an S corp can be used for both an LLC and a corporation. An S corp is a tax status. We get the question a lot. What about an S corp? Well, that's a different thing that can get attached to both. So we'll talk about that in a different video. But overall, when we have conversations with clients, when they say, "Hey, I think I want to start a business and I don't know whether I want to go corporation or LLC," we ask them questions about what their goals are. Do they expect other people to join the business and things like that? We're a little bit over a minute, but either way, we hope you learned something here and made your decision process made you have an easier decision making process.